Warning! I hit the wrong button. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for Pretty Little Liars, Season 7, Episode 10, The Darkest Night. I'm your host, Dom. With me, we have Nikki. How's it going?
Just me.
Just
me.
Just you. How's it going?
It's fine.
Okay. So, last we left this show, it aired, this episode itself aired August 30th.
30th. It's been a while, like 6 months. Wow. Yeah.
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 We're sorry.
February, March, April. 8 months ago. 8 months ago. All right, so no, it's not that we're sorry. This was intentionally done. This was intentionally done because when
of
you
the
have
way they break up the show.
Yeah, when you have an 8-month gap in the middle of a season, to honestly remember what's going on going into the next episode when it comes back is very, very difficult. So we intentionally held this off, and we held it off maybe a little too long because the episode actually airs tomorrow, the new episode. But we probably should have done it last week, but it's fine. So we left this one as like our recap, like because as we were watching, because we watched this episode earlier today just to get back into this, and as we're watching, I was like, oh yeah, I started remembering. It was a nice little like recap for us, so it worked. So, what do you mean no?
As soon as the episode started, I was like, oh god, I remember watching this 2 times before this one.
Oh, okay.
So I was just like,
yeah, but as it was going, you're just like, oh yeah, I remember this, and like so it was a needed recap. It was a needed recap.
I guess.
So, episode starts out with Pretty Little Liars, Caleb and Mona kind of going crazy looking for Hannah, thinking she was abducted by Noel.
Yeah.
Gets to the point where Spencer calls the cops, and her boyfriend, maybe detective guy. I forget his name. His name. I never remembered his name, to be honest. Never ever. So.
To be honest, I didn't think he was going to be a recurring
Detective
character.
Marco. It was Marco.
Okay.
Fury. But
Fury, right?
Yeah, Detective Fury. He's very suspicious, like very shady to me. So
I don't trust him. You know what? I don't trust anybody on this show. But having a new character come in like that and instantly just be like, attracted to Spencer like that, it is.
Who hasn't been attracted to Spencer on this show? Let's be real. We have Toby, we have Caleb. Like they're all in it. I think Allison maybe is the only one.
Maybe.
So I don't know. But yeah, because the whole thing was going, and like you see Caleb like really like getting into trying to find her, and then when Hannah did come clean, not entirely, but when she came back and told her lie, you saw like the look on Caleb's face, like he was very happy, relieved, everything to see Hannah, and that look between Caleb and Spencer, I was just like, oh, that's trouble. And then I forgot that they like broke up, and that Spencer is with the cop now. Like I totally forgot that. Like I thought that they were still together at this point. So, like I said, this was a much needed recap for me. But Caleb ended up bringing Hannah home. Some fireworks went off, and or fireplace, same thing, right?
Not really. Fireworks are known to explode, whereas a fireplace just crackles a bit.
It depends on what you put in it.
Well, if you are a smart human being, you just let the fire burn and you don't put anything in it
Oh,
other
okay.
than more firewood.
Okay. Yeah. Um. So, yeah, they got it on. They were pretty happy with that, I would say.
It's cozy.
Cozy fire.
Mhm.
But then Caleb leaves with Mona to go track Jenna and like keep an eye on her.
Mhm.
It's like, what kind of trouble can a blind girl get into? She's just kind of hanging out at the Radley, and
Was that a serious question?
yeah,
What kind of trouble can a blind girl get into? We're
yeah,
talking about Jenna.
that's true. That's true.
Jenna.
At least
Okay.
after the events that unfolded this episode, we know she's still blind. Like she's not
Yeah.
faking it. We know that at least,
Yeah.
because
I think that's why they did it that way.
yeah,
Because a lot of people were asking the questions.
that was always one of the big hot topics is she really blind? Is she faking it? How much, can she see? Is it anything? Can she see blur, shapes, anything? But apparently she can't see anything. Like,
What I don't get though is that, that one scene when they're all in the house and she's like, "You're gonna see how I see." And, yeah, the lights go out, but it's still, I mean, it might just be because, they're acting and they need the light so they can actually get around.
well,
Or it
we
could have,
need to see. We need to see them.
yes, that there's that too, but after turning off the lights, Jenna could have taken off her glasses.
What does it
Yeah,
matter?
I mean, it doesn't really, but it's kind of like I know why she wears the glasses because the light still does hurt a blind
Mm.
person. So, it's also good for it. It's kind of a self-confidence thing too, just because they want to hide the blindness because they're ashamed of it and stuff. Like a lot of blind people are like that. But I mean, she's in a dark, dank house already, even with the lights on.
Mhm.
She didn't need the glasses.
Mm.
So even after all of that, even if she does have a little bit of vision, like even if she can just see shadows, her big, thick glasses are going to hinder that fact. She's gonna not be able to see.
Yeah, we'll get to that house in a bit.
Yeah, I'm talking about Jenna.
Yeah,
We were talking about is she blind, and I'm still kind of on the fence.
yeah. I don't think she's faking it. So, um, but we saw Sydney this episode, which we haven't, to my recollection, have seen Sydney in a while. So Sydney posed as Jenna, dressed as her, walking stick and everything,
Hmm.
and kind of caught Caleb and Mona off guard.
Yeah.
Because you remember from a few episodes back, like we knew something went on with between Caleb and Mona, right? And we kind of found out a little bit there, and then this episode we just see them putting sugar and pouring creamer in each
Yeah,
other's
they know each
coffee.
other.
It's like
Yeah,
they
they
knew
know each
it
other's
down
drink.
pat. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was like, yeah, quite a bit went on here. Quite a bit. It was more than just like a little thing.
Hmm.
So it was just that subtle little scene without even giving dialogue to it. You know, it's just it really drove home. I think that was probably from like if I was like a director kind of like aspect. I think that was my favorite scene of the whole episode because it told so much without saying anything.
It did.
So, um, but yeah. So Mona had originally gone to see Hannah because Hannah called Mona because she ran into a bit of trouble. Hannah had abducted Noel.
Hmm.
She has the whole thing on videotape. She stabbed Noel in the leg, got a blood sample, took it to get tested, matched it against Mary's DNA, trying to see if Noel is Mary's kid,
Hmm.
and it ends up not matching Mary. But when Mona gets there, she like searches him. She finds the USB drive in his boot, the one that implicates him for being
Involved in the dollhouse.
yeah, involved in the dollhouse.
Yeah.
But, like, that evidence right there is not enough for Hannah. She wants to prove that he's AD. She wants the blood results, all that. And she just won't accept them. Like, she will not accept the fact that there was no screw-up. So, we had Mona kind of coaching Hannah on telling a lie. And that's when Hannah went back to her friends and told the lie in front of them and the cops. Caleb didn't buy it. Emily didn't buy it. We didn't find out or not if Arya bought it because she was kind of distracted with her own own little thing.
Not only is she planning a wedding, but she's worried about her fiance being miles and miles away.
Yeah, well,
searching for Zex.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Ezra, like, he went to go look for her, and there was a chance she was a survivor. Then he was told she was not among the survivors. And they sent out another scouting party just to kind of appease the people who flew all the way down there. And then, lo and behold, they end up finding her. And Arya doesn't find out until she sees it on the news that Ezra never even got on the plane. The thing that I want to know about that is, was that live footage? And if it was live footage, why didn't Ezra get on the plane when he said he was going to get on the plane?
It might have been one of those last second things where they're like, he's getting ready to get on a plane, he's packing and stuff, or, he's, on his way, and then they contact him and say, hey, we have another group going out, and we think this is going to be the group. Would you get on the plane?
No, but I would at least call whoever's waiting for me and be
That's true, but
hey, there's another group coming. I'm going to stay behind and check on it, So that was my whole thing. If that wasn't live, right? If that was pre-taped, then he should have contacted her after the fact. Which still would have been before Arya saw it. And if it was live, he should have told Arya before he didn't get on the plane, so... Because she was waiting for him, and she said, oh, I know you're in the air, right? There was that, and then all this time passed. So it's not like a 2-hour flight, wherever the hell he was. It's a long flight. So you mean to tell me that, between that amount of time, you couldn't have just said, hey, I'm going to stick around for a little bit. I'll catch the next flight home kind of deal? Like, that's what bothered me about it. It's a long flight.
I'm not defending him or anything, but like he could have been in like a new service area. I'm trying to think of reasons why he wouldn't have contacted her, but you're right. All circumstances aside, if he was able to, he should have left her some sort of message.
Yeah.
But I know that there's going to be conflict there because he wrote a book about her.
Mm-hmm.
He was like head over heels.
Not only did he do it, Arya helped.
That's true, but like it was based on her.
Yeah.
And their love. So it's like this is gonna be this is gonna be tough because there's going to be tension. It's gonna be a triangle.
Yep.
And I think Arya's gonna be the odd one out.
It's starting to look that way.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. But all in all, it's good that Nicole's alive, like, I guess we're happy you're alive.
Good. At least someone is.
Not you, Nicole Gordon.
That's definitely not me.
No. So yeah, that's gonna cause some definite problems. What do you think? You think Arya's gonna be left out? You said.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be the odd one out of the triangle.
Because after everything that Nicole's been through, it's gonna be hard for Ezra to be like, sorry, like she's been through so much. Ezra's gonna want to be there for her. Mm-hmm. And I don't like if Arya didn't see it on the news, and Ezra never contacted her. I could totally see Ezra just coming back home with Nicole and Arya standing in the kitchen going, what? And You
I
know,
honestly think that's still going to happen.
I don't think so. I think Arya's gonna see it. She saw it on the news. I think she's just gonna be like, okay, and she's gonna get out of there. She's not gonna wait around for him. She's not gonna put herself in that position. You know,
The
if she
fact that
didn't
they're
see the news,
engaged,
sure.
though, they're
Hmm.
engaged, though, right? So I think she has a right to
I don't know.
stay around and see what the fuck's going to happen instead of running away.
I don't know. The only reason they're engaged is because Nicole was missing. So because otherwise Ezra and Nicole would still be together or would have been together. You know, something may have happened, but you know, that's the only reason why they weren't together is because she was abducted. She went and did the Habitat for Humanity thing, and she was, you know, all the workers were taken. They were raided and trafficked, and you know all that. And had Ezra had gone, you know, maybe things would have been different. Maybe he would have been kidnapped too, you know, and Arya would have spent time looking for him. Maybe we don't know. Probably not because they were long broken up by then. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. It's not gonna be an easy ride in these last 10 episodes. Um, but anyway, we find out Allison is pregnant, right?
Yep.
With Archer's baby. So Emily's kind of comforting Allison. She spends the night. They have the police detail outside because of the APB for Noel
Yeah.
that was put out, and Emily starts flirting, or not Emily. Allison starts flirting with Emily, and one thing
Well, we
leads to
saw
another.
all up to that point of the episode, we saw Allison getting really friggin' annoyed with Paige coming around a lot and hanging out with Emily and, doing things for her. So even before this episode, we knew that Allison was interested in Emily. Season 1, we knew that. We heard about, Emily and Allison having their little shindigs and their special sleepovers. So this is a long time coming for Allison, at least.
Mm,
Um, but yeah.
yeah, but like yeah, because you mentioned because Emily was talking to Paige this whole episode instead of talking to Sabrina, which she should have been, but she's just like, oh, you know, Paige is just so easy to talk to. She's been through this before with me. She kind of knows everything. So, I mean, I get that from Emily,
Yeah.
but you should still talk to Sabrina about it. There should be no reason why you don't talk to her about it. You
Especially now
couldn't.
that everything's on the news.
Yeah, you should be able to talk to Sabrina about it, and if Paige makes you more comfortable talking about it, you could still talk to her. You know, that's not to say you can't not talk to Paige about it. But I guess because of the history, you know, between them, uh, I get why she's kind of clinging to Paige more than Sabrina. But when Paige comes to drop some paperwork off from work, and then freaks out because Emily is too close to Allie, saying, "Call me when you cut the strings," and
I mean, she was not wrong
right,
saying that Allison's manipulative and she's controlling and stuff for Emily, but I mean, to be there, I mean, she just found out she was pregnant with a man that was trying to kill her.
yeah,
Um, she's dealing with all the stuff with Hannah and Noel and AD and all that stuff still. So I don't see why Paige went off the hinges that much. I can see her having a little bit of a flip out, just being like, you kind of need to lay off a little bit, but she went crazy.
right,
So, but like Emmy's like, let me explain, let me explain. Paige didn't let her explain. So I think if Emily would have gotten out and said, hey, guess what? Allison is pregnant with her ex who was going to murder her. She needs a little bit of consoling right now. She's a little bit unstable. I think Paige would have backed off a little bit, but she didn't give her a chance.
probably, yeah, yep. Um, we're dealing with all that. Toby. It's his last day in the police force. He's getting ready to leave. Um, Spencer comes by to say her goodbyes, gives her the book off her nightstand, and then just assaults his face with her lips.
Toby, why did you even say yes?
Spencer, it's illegal to assault a police officer, former police officer, or not. It's illegal. Assault is illegal.
Salt? Just salt?
Assault. No,
Okay.
but
One singular grain of salt?
yes. No, but Toby didn't say no. He didn't say yes.
He
That's
shouldn't have let it happen.
right. I think he wanted it to happen though.
Well, of course he did. He still has a bazillion of feelings for Spencer.
Yeah. But, you see it's not just Spencer too, but I mean it is because the house that he built and like you see he has trouble letting go of it and his fiance is
Hmm.
just like, "Hey, one of your friends will write you a letter and let you know who moved into the house and all that kind." But don't forget he built that house for Spencer,
He did.
you
Also,
know.
it's a secret buyer. They don't know who bought it.
Yeah. Secret buyer.
Hmm.
You think that buyer is AD?
I want to say it's Spencer.
Yeah?
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's Officer Marco, Detective
Marco?
Marco Fury. Yeah.
Maybe because he is new to town, right?
No, I don't think so.
No? Hmm.
No. He seemed to have been working there for a bit.
We
But
just see him now.
I guess, I don't know.
Hmm.
But we may have not dealt with that division of the fight. It was only when Toby started working there is when we started seeing him. So it was Toby's partner. So
I guess so.
well, I don't know necessarily his partner, but regardless. Um, and then he leaves, and we later find out he got into a big accident, crashed on the side of the road, and him and his fiance are in the car. Tree
Yeah.
branch came through the window. She's all bloody. He's passed out over the steering wheel. He's unconscious. That she's unconscious. We don't know if she's even alive.
I want to assume that she is not.
I'm gonna
I
assume
just
she is.
that yeah, she's either dead or she's in critical condition to the point where she might as well be dead.
Mm,
Like, vegetable kind of
mm,
situation. And I think that's gonna bring Toby back to Spencer because obviously he can't leave now. He's all his shit is blowed up all over the place. The things that they were gonna build with on in their new time is kind of gonesies.
yeah.
So he's probably gonna stick around in Rosewood a little bit longer. That's Rosewood is the right town name, right? No, it's not.
Hmm.
I'm trying.
Rosewood.
I think yeah, that's that's where they live,
Yeah.
right? Okay, I've been watching a series called Rosewood, and it's not even about a place; it's about a person. So I was
Mm,
kind of like confused for a second. But yeah, he's not gonna be leaving now, especially since it's the end of the series coming up. So
yep. Um. Noel escaped Hannah and Mona's custody, all tied up. Um. And uh, he wants a thumb drive in exchange for the camera because he stole the camera, which implicates Hannah. And I loved Hannah's banter there. She's like, "But now it's gonna make it look like that I abducted him." And Hannah, you did abduct him.
you
Yeah, but
did.
now he can prove it. And it's just like, Hannah, you have not changed at all, and I love you so much. Like
She's still such a dit. It's
she
crazy.
is a gem. She is a gem. So, ends up leading them to a location, which I believe was on Elm Street, nonetheless. That's all I could think of was Freddy Krueger.
Hmm.
But it ends up being a school for the blind, and it's possibly the same school that Jenna went to when she was younger.
Yeah,
Um, but or not younger, but when she first,
when
she
she first
first,
lost her sight,
yeah,
because the actual school actually transferred to another place.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. So
So they're told to leave the thumb drive on the table, and the camera audio starts playing. They can hear it upstairs as they're halfway upstairs. The door closes, the thumb drive goes missing. The camera is in fact in the house, but the intention was never to let them leave. Jenna and Noel actually want to murder them. Like, actually murder them. Like, we've never, it's always been mind games up to this point. But it's very clear at this point that Jenna, at least, is not involved with AD. Or A, or what, I don't know, because we had the dollhouse, which was not, like, it was A, but it wasn't, like, the big A, AD or whatever. And I don't know if Jenna was necessarily involved in the dollhouse. I don't know if she had anything to do with that, but we know Noel was, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But we know Noel and Jenna have something, but I don't know if Jenna necessarily knew about the dollhouse. I guess that's something we'll have to find out as time goes. But, when they go back up because Emily left her cell phone upstairs, I was like, what?
It's like, okay, you're up to the scene leading up to that point. You do not see her take her phone out once. They're sitting around, they're looking through their little jars of fetuses of pigs and shit and all that, and the fake dolls. She did not touch her phone once.
No.
So it's like when she's halfway down the stairs, oh no, I left my phone upstairs. It's like,
it's not only that, it's why would you put your phone down?
Yeah.
In a strange place like this. Like,
I mean,
I don't get that. I never, ever, ever put my phone down unless it's in my own house.
Yeah,
it's always in my pocket. If I take it out, look at it, it goes right back in my pocket.
I mean, the only way that she could have been using her phone was as a flashlight. That would be the only reason I could see her using it.
Yeah.
I mean,
the lights hadn't even gone out at that point.
No, exactly. So, I'm sorry, whoever did those scenes of that part of the episode, you did wrong. You did wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, really
there may have been
out.
Stuff that was cut for time,
That's
that
true.
we didn't see.
That's true.
So.
There is a lot of editing that goes along with these shows. So,
and if that's the case, that's just a very big plot hole, that was left that unfortunately probably had to get cut due to time constraints. But
yeah,
we see Noel there, and he's just like, "Look, you know too much. You can't leave." And he's chasing after him. He grabs an axe and smashes it. He ends up falling on the axe and beheading himself. I mean, he was pushed, but he was pushed into the wall, and he bounced off the wall and tripped and fell on the axe and beheaded himself. And this is when you know for sure that Jenna is actually blind, right? Because she's downstairs
so true.
With the gun, right? And she's walking, and she could pretend to not see the girls just to keep up the charade. Charade? Is that a word?
It would be charade.
Okay.
Yep.
Charade?
Charade.
Charades.
It's pronounced both ways.
Sure. And she goes up the stairs and she kicks it. I mean, not kicks it like a soccer ball or anything, but she bumps it.
Yeah, she bumps into it with her boot and she keeps going. Yeah.
I mean, when she's sitting there looking for the girls and she bumps into something that should not be there, don't you think you should check out what it is? Because it might be, you might have just like kicked one of the girls' feet by, like you might have stepped on it. And you're just going to keep walking. So, I don't know. And all the time the girls are sitting there and they're creaking and they're breathing. And I'm just like, I know for a fact when you lose one of your senses, the rest of them are heightened. There's no way she wouldn't hear the creaking, There's
a good chance that if she can smell Spencer's blood after getting shot, that she could have smelled the perfume and stuff that the girls are wearing, like the shampoo they have in their hair, like please be consistent with characters like this because it drives me insane.
Yeah. Yep. But Jenna's marching upstairs with the gun, and all the time was going through my head, and I know it because I watched it with you, and I sit there and I kept my mouth shut, and I was singing it in my head, and then you finally just came out and started singing "Jenna's Got a Gun." in the tune of Janie's Got a Gun, and I was just like, oh my god, I was singing that exact same thing, just inwardly.
If they even would have had the little jingle in the background while she's walking up the stairs or something, it would have been perfect. But
Yeah.
no. I mean, it would have made supposedly intense situation a little bit comical because I don't know. As interesting as this episode was, there was probably a lot of cuts and stuff because it was the mid-season finale, and it just some of it was so fragmented. It really ruined the show for me. This episode.
Yeah. But as you mentioned, Jenna shot Spencer,
Hmm.
and she smells her blood, all that stuff. Gets her right in the shoulder, like kind of.
And
I
no,
don't know. It was
it
like,
looked like it was in the lower, like in the high chest area. The
yeah.
thing is, though,
It
we
was in
kind
a
of
spot. Is in like your is it trapezoid, like somewhere little lower. I don't know the exact
yeah.
spot. It's like exactly where your shoulder and your neck joint meet, just like a little lower, like toward the
It,
armpit area, above your armpit, just above
a
your
little
armpit.
bit in that area. I don't see how like it made it. They made it seem like it was going to be really fatal. Yeah, she was losing a lot of blood, but I guess maybe it was just like the shock of pain, maybe
Yeah, it could be.
that
But in
made
the
her pass out.
meantime, Mary comes in out of nowhere and knocks Jenna out, like completely knocked her out. Right.
Hmm.
We later see Jenna get dragged away, and we don't know by who because it wasn't Mary and it wasn't the girls. Um, but Mary drops a bombshell on us, and that is that Spencer is actually her daughter.
They've been leading up to this point. They just confirmed it.
Yeah.
We kind of knew that that was going on.
Yeah. And one of the big theories out there is that Spencer's A. So they've been alluding that, oh, Mary Drake's kid is involved in, she's AD and all that. So it's just piling more evidence onto Spencer at this point. But I think drawing attention to Spencer this late in it is more proof that it's not her,
Hmm.
because it would have to be something super subtle, but not something like so in your face that it's just like, yep, okay, Spencer's AD, and then they like drop it and move away from it, and then all of a sudden at the like finale reveal that it was Spencer. People will be like, oh, I knew it, but it made more sense to not put her in the spotlight. At the same token, though, putting her in the spotlight kind of does the same thing. So,
Yeah.
um, it throws you off guard in terms of, oh, well, now they said it's her, so it can't be her. So it kind of works both ways, and I'm leaning more toward it's not her. But yeah, I don't know. We will have to see. But as mentioned, Jenna gets dragged off by AD. She's in looks like a van of some sort, and you see the creepy old man mask that we saw back in the Bradley and various other places.
Yeah.
Mailman, different things. So yeah, AD's got Jenna,
Yep.
and that's kind of where we left off now for the finale, the mid-season finale. So we have 10 episodes left to go. Next episode is called Playtime, and it is a doozy of a synopsis. After hearing the news that Nicole is alive, Arya and Ezra have to deal with the fact that Nicole is back in Ezra's life, and what that means for them. Spencer, fresh from being shot, presumably by AD, because it was not Mary that shot her,
It was
and
Jenna.
and Jenna may not have shot her either. Jenna may have completely missed, and it may have been AD that shot Spencer. We don't know that.
Hmm.
But presumably shot by AD, must now deal with the repercussions of being told that Mary Drake is her biological mother. Allison must cope with the news of her pregnancy as Emily tries to stand by her side and guide her through the next steps. After spending a romantic night together, Hannah and Caleb will explore where they go from here. Spencer focuses on learning more about her connections to Mary Drake, while Arya and Ezra figure out their future. May hold now that Nicole's back in the picture. Mona helps Hannah get her fashion career back on track, and Emily struggles to balance things between Allie and Paige now that there are 3 of them working at Rosewood High. Meanwhile, AD has a special delivery for the Liars, one that reveals the final endgame. The Liars realize this latest gift pushes things to a whole new level. So, yep. Coming back from the mid-season finale. We get like a paragraph
makes
and a
sense.
half.
It makes sense because, like, like you said earlier, 8 months we've been sitting on this shit. We kind of forgot what's going to happen.
Yep.
Or, we don't even. Honestly, I forgot about this show. And when you're like, yeah, we got to do it tomorrow at 9, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep. So, here we are, last 10 episodes. It's going to be one hell of a ride. That's for sure. So, Nikki, where can the people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
Oh, yeah. You can find me. I was dancing to the music. You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM. And you can find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, and right here on YouTube at /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, games, and movies. Until next time.
Jenna's got a gun.
No.